Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Sam here, coming at you with a quick war video, Alliance War Season 7. This is our 4th war of the season. We've had a rougher season to start off. We're facing here Outer, who is actually Captain Bayee, a fellow YouTuber's Alliance, and a shout out to him. I'll have a link to his channel below. Check it out, definitely worth a subscribe. He's been fantastic. This is actually our 3rd time facing them. We fought them twice last season. Great group of guys, very talented and skillful group. This was not one of our better wars, to say the least. We actually did pretty awful this war, which happens. Everybody has bad wars here and there. This one was particularly bad on everybody's part, mine included, as you'll see coming up here. And some of the things that I learned from this war, and one of the reasons I wasn't going to post it, you don't see a lot of people post bad videos or bad fights that they have, and I think we can all learn something from them. One of the things I learned is I need to learn how to duel or fight a Korg, but you'll see that coming up. So without further ado, let's get into it. I am running Path 5 here, this war, and they actually set this up pretty well for the most part. Normally I bring a Corvus team with me. They had no missions for me, so I came in knowing I was going to be going after a Medusa and a Blade. I came in, brought my Domino and Blade. The first fight on Path 5 is a massacre. A pretty straightforward fight. He does catch me every now and then with his animations. His heavies, it's like a 4-swing heavy, and that will get me from time to time. But for the most part, it's not too bad. Blade should handle this fight with no problems, and it's going as planned for the most part here. But those heavies, I always mistime them, so I do get clipped here, I believe, here by him very close to the end. Playing a little defensively just because I don't want to push him to that special 2, because that's a lot of damage, and I do, and you're going to see the damage here. 5k for blocking it. Not comfortable evading it to the point where I feel like I could get it every time, so I just took the damage. So that went fine. Full attack bonus on it. Moving on, we had a Mystic here. I did look at some profiles here. I was assuming it was going to be a Dorm or maybe a Morning Star. I've fought a Jugs on this node. But with Blade and Danger Sense, I figure I'm okay. I'm going to go ahead and throw some health pots in and just see how we do. Now, the one thing with this node and having heal block, you want to make sure, you can't rely on that. So you don't want to go in down health. And it turns out to be a Loki, which with an unblockable special 1 is not an issue. Blade handles this fight real easily. I do tend to try to push Loki to the special 2. It's so much easier to evade. Not that the special 1's hard, but the special 2, you kind of telegraph right there. Come in, you can just clean his clock afterwards. So everything's going as planned. At this point in the war, we are way behind. We were getting hammered all over the place. Typically I would go to 29, but we just needed to get the war finished, try to get some boss kills for points. So after looking at this node, I looked at it, figured it was going to be a Morning Star on it, and I throw on the regen boost just to help cover up some of the damage from the bleeds. Sometimes Danger Sense I find doesn't always kick in with her, especially on this node. So the regen's just there basically as coverage. I had them, I don't use them too often, so this was a good cover for me. And pretty straightforward fight. Try not to push her to her special 2, although I do find it okay and easy to evade. You still don't want to risk getting clipped by it. You can see here the willpower and the regen's really helping out at 345 a tick. That's some serious damage if you don't add it in there. So adding that in there really does help. And then hopefully keeping him up in power to shrug off any bleeds, and he's not really doing that on this for me. We go in here, just finish her up. I believe I go in for one more special here towards the end. Nope, just finish her off solid. So keeping them at 3 bars of power does help. So far the plan has gone right. I was going to skip 29 here, head over to the mini boss, which is a Medusa, and I brought Domino. Typically I fight this fight really well with Domino, but as you can see here, there was, you know, this node, one mistake and you're pretty much toast, because they'll stun lock you, and she is unforgiving once she has you in that lock. Everything starts off fine. Domino is so good on Medusa. I'm not really worried about this fight. I knew I had the regen boost, so I could take some rock damage, and I figured just gonna go in and just start wailing on her. As long as you're coming in with the mediums with the 2 shots, you don't have to really worry about the auto block. You can just kind of keep going at it and, you know, avoid the parry, which is really helpful. And I started getting a little rhythm here. She throws her special 2 here, which is nice. Every time I get backed up in the corner, I just try to push her out with the special 1, which probably was a downfall. I probably could have saved it and used more special 2s on her. But it, you know, just giving that space, especially on the stun immune against Medusa, you want to make sure you have as much space as possible. So the fight's going pretty well here. I'm pretty happy with what I'm doing. I'm thinking, okay, gonna get her down here around 50% and start just really doing some damage here. Good couple intercepts there, and win. Now I get the special 2 built up, and I figure I'm gonna go ahead and clip her with this, which is gonna do some damage. And unfortunately, she auto blocks it, which caught me off guard a little bit. And there it is, go in for an attack, and she happens to intercept me and stun locks me. So I was down and out. My line mate finished that fight, and here we have an R5 Korg. And I wasn't really worried about this fight until I got to it. So I heal up Domino, and I figure we'll give it a best shot. And I underestimated this fight. This Korg was insane. This is the Vigor node, and the 25% health and the regen and everything, it really stacks up. So once we get Domino all healed up, my boosts were all still running, so I wasn't gonna reboost or anything like that. I didn't go with an invulnerability or anything, thinking, okay, I got some attack boosts, some health boosts, so we'll see what we can do. And I think I'm doing well off the get-go. I am taking some thorns damage, but I'm able to shatter the armor pretty quick, or the rock shield pretty quick. And then Domino really does some work here. And I'm thinking, okay, this fight's in hand. And I almost get him to the 50, and no, he regens. I was about 2 hits shy of getting him down to the 50. I'm terrible at evading these special ones. I take the block damage. And here, you know, this is just a drag on fight. So I'm going to get the special 2 off, get him under the 50%. Okay, so now we're back. I'm thinking, alright, we can do this. Throws a special 2, and I think I'm far enough away and he clips me. That bleed's really packing on a punch to me. I'm starting to get a little apprehensive, and I just go, everything goes sideways from here. I get him down to about 28%. I start to push. Instead of just slowing down and finishing off the fight, I want to get him to that 25% before the regen kicks in, and I just missed it. And after that, it's all over. He just takes me down. So it was a learning experience for me. It was awful. It really was. We ended up losing the war and coming in. We did get lucky enough that we were able to get a boss kill in our battle group. Even though we weren't able to clear all the mini nodes, we lucked out with them having a boss with suicides, and it just so happened that they were throwing specials left and right and did the work for us. So we do appreciate that very much. Like I said, it was a learning experience. It's been a rough season so far. We're going to pick it up and hopefully do better moving forward. And you know, I've gone out now and think I've fought Korg 4 or 5 times a day since this war, just to try to learn and get better. And that's the whole point. When you play this game, you have to keep pushing yourself to learn the champs, so that the next time you get into this scenario, you're ready to go. So anyways, shout out to them. They performed flawlessly. They actually are a great group of guys. They have been every war we fought them, so I wish them well. I think they have a very good shot at making Plat 1 with their rosters and their skill. I could see that happening. So once again, just a quick video. I appreciate you guys stopping by, checking it out. As always, you know, be excellent to each other, guys. Peace.